Yo, what's up?
Yo, what's up people, how's it going? It's Snippet here with a short snippet review. Today we'll be taking a quick look at Blizzard's new multiplayer team-based shooter, Overwatch.
Story.
Overwatch, being a multiplayer team-based shooter, does not contain a story or other type of campaign mode. If you are really desperate for backgrounds on characters or genuinely interested in the Overwatch universe, there are various stories told within comics you can find online. This being a snippet review, I won't go over the story because it simply doesn't factor within the game whatsoever.
Gameplay.
Going into your first match of Overwatch is daunting to say the least. There's an absolute truckload of characters to choose from, each with their own style of play. The characters can be boiled down to 4 main classes: attack, defense, tank, and support. Every character that you can play in the game is enjoyable to tool around with, and you'll easily find a handful that you really like to use. Overwatch's playstyle revolves around a balanced mix of these classes to create a well-rounded team that combos well with each other. Hanzo the Archer, for example, has an ability to shoot a giant dragon from his bow. It can easily be avoided if spotted, however, a character like Mei can freeze enemies in place and ensure the dragon strike will connect. It is difficult to create a well-balanced team unless you are grouped up with friends, since most people just play whoever they feel like. But when competitive modes are released, there might be a bit more strategizing involved. As team-based shooters go, I feel that Overwatch has some of the most fun support classes to play. With a character like Lucio, you don't even have to do much to heal allies, just stand near them. They allow you to attack and do your supporty things at the same time, which is a great respite from that basic chuck health packs at people's feet or hold left click to heal allies. Overwatch also highly encourages the use of switching to certain characters depending on certain situations. You might play as a close quarters character like McCree when you're on an objective with a lot of cover, but then later switch to a long range character like Widowmaker when the enemy begins to push on a long and narrow corridor. I read somewhere that characters are best thought of as weapons rather than different people, and that's pretty accurate. Friends will also improve your game experience greatly, as few people I ran into online actually use the in-game chat. All the characters in Overwatch are really fun to play, in the correct circumstances. Much of the time, games that you'll play online either feel impossible to win or impossible to lose. Sometimes the enemy team has some sort of momentum that you just can't stop, and other times you feel like you're not really doing much at all. In the end, Overwatch is enjoyable as team shooters go, and more so with the company of friends. Though I would say it doesn't really do too much different from other games of this genre.
Graphics and design.
Being a Blizzard game, Overwatch has excellent design. The game is bright and colorful with a slight cartoony finish. The graphical quality itself is good as well, if not a bit standard. Overall though, the look of Overwatch is great compared to the gritty and grayed color schemes seen in many modern shooters.
Conclusion.
With fun gameplay and hopefully some good friends, you can find a lot of enjoyment in Overwatch. There is little to complain about, but I would also say there's not much that you'd be blown away by. Overwatch does everything it wants to do to a T, but it definitely isn't the most ambitious title out there, and it doesn't feel like it did much new from other team-based shooters. If you've played games such as Team Fortress 2 Out, or otherwise looking to play a casual multiplayer game, Overwatch is a fine choice to put some hours into. I definitely enjoyed every time I popped into a match and played with my friends, however, I don't feel that there was much to really draw me into the game. At the end of the day, I would say Overwatch is excellent if you want to play a new team-based shooter game, but it also won't surprise you in the slightest. Monumental pedigree.
Yes, two are on site. What are you doing? Do it. They're taking it.
It's been 12
This
long
Reaper
years
came
since
out
the
on
last
me.
installment in the Doom series, one which I've played.